Hello YouTube, this is SKillous. Breaking news. We just got new patch notes for PTR server. I believe the server is still not updated, so we can't really test the changes, but we already have a patch log available on Blizzard site. So we're gonna read through it. I will give you my first impression, and after we have this patch updated, I will make a lot of videos about the new iteration of the patch, because in my opinion it's very interesting. Okay, let's jump right through it. So first of all, battery overcharge is removed. It is not coming back, and I really think it's a very right path to take. Like, more and more I saw the games of the patch, more and more I played myself, I really felt like this new ability, the energy recharge ability, is actually giving a lot of room for skill expression. This is exactly what Protoss needs, in my opinion. Also, it kind of opens up new paths, and this is also what StarCraft needs in general. You kind of want to make people play more different styles and more different build orders, right? And I really like this this approach. But let's jump right into the juicy thing. The juicy thing is Cyclone is actually reverted to its old state, and I think with this, all the Protoss in the world are dancing, going into nightclub, just partying all day long today, because this is absolutely huge. This is very big, because now we can play Stargate. Don't forget that Video Mine drops are nerfed. Cyclone build orders do not exist anymore, and I am a little bit concerned for Terrans now, because I'm not quite sure what kind of openings they do have left, except maybe some kind of multiple barracks factory pressures. Other than that, I'm not quite sure what they can really do. Like, I will spoil it a little bit. My opinion is that I think Terran might be a little bit in a rough spot in TVP, at least right now, but we'll get to it a little bit later. So Cyclones, I'm all up to that. I'm very happy. It was not a change, but I'm also happy with our recharge. It's not coming back. Stalker is a little bit buffed from the gateway. I'm not quite sure what this change is for. It says it's to address to proxy Rax Marauders, and I guess it will help with proxy hatcheries as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind it that much. Once again, it might bring some new build orders back, and it might, for example, give some more aggressive opportunities for Protoss in the early game, which I don't mind at all. Like, I feel like, generally speaking, we really lack cheeses. Like, you might associate Protoss in general with cheesy raids, but I don't think it's quite the case, at least on the highest level against Terran. And in my opinion, this is great that we might have some cheesy options back in the menu. Like, for example, proxy gateway, no Cyclone. You actually have to tech up now to get that to a tank or to a bigger Cyclone. Proxy gate might be much stronger. My only concern about this change is that maybe shield battery, like Cannon Rush with shield batteries and Stalkers, might be a little bit too strong in PvZ, but I gotta change that. I gotta check that. I'll actually probably make a video in the upcoming days when I torture one of the Zerg players with this build order. Or maybe I won't if it's weak. But don't forget, we got battery a little bit buffed, and we also got this buff, so maybe very strong. Just keep that in mind. Okay, very big change. Ghost supply increased. As a Protoss player, I do find it a little bit too much. I do not think ghosts are the problem in PvT. But they're definitely a problem in TvZ, like 100%. Every time I watch TV, like nowadays, every time I watch TvZ, I really feel bad for Zergs if Terran plays well, like very well, because it feels like you can't really do anything, and the ghost is just so punishing. But I'm not quite sure if this is the best change to Ghost, because I would really like it. I would really like Snipe to be much weaker. Maybe it can lose like 1 or 2 range, or maybe it can lose its extra damage to Psionic, so it doesn't one-shot Viper at least. This is, in my opinion, a very big thing, that it one-shots Viper. And maybe like 5 years ago, we got High Templar nerfed with feedback. It was 1 damage per energy, and now it's like 0.5 because of this exact issue, because we were one-shotting the Vipers and they were upset. And it makes sense, I agree. But now, the Ghosts are still doing that. Tier 3 supply, good direction. I'm not quite sure if if I prefer it more than nerfing the Snipe. But I understand this is a very complex topic, so I don't really mind it. But it's definitely a good change. Like nerfing Ghost is a good change always. Mothership now can no longer be targeted by Abduct. I am a little bit surprised by this change. In my opinion, it's a little bit too much for Protoss. I'm sorry if I sound a little bit too anti-Protoss for some reason. I'm happy, of course, but I do believe this is a little bit too much for me, because at this point it's a very strong. Let's be honest. I know people are memeing about 400, but this is a mistake, right? If you get abducted, it's your mistake that you were not in position, you didn't have vision on the Vipers, or your high templars were out of position, you didn't react. So, but I can also see where it's coming from. I hope you guys in the chat are happy now, and I hope you will stop spamming 400, minus 400, minus 400, minus 400, because it's not the true. It's not the case. It's extremely strong unit, and it became even stronger. Ultralisk change. It's got a bit nerfed. I guess this is just for the sake of Ghosts, right? Because Ghosts got weaker. I guess there needs a little bit of, but I don't really. I think it's better noticeable. Like, I don't know. Okay, and there are some changes that got removed. So Broodlord stays the same. Tempest damage point, which is, I don't know. Like, I don't like Broodlord as a unit, but I'm also not sure how it's gonna work out in the late game. Probably gonna be the same, because, yeah, like Cyril, for example, he was just fine playing late game against Protoss, and I doubt anything would change. Like, Immortals are weaker, so Lurkers are stronger technically. Tempest damage point change removed. To be honest, once again, as a Protoss player, I'm not sure if it's any influential. Like when I was playing Tempest on new patch, like supply is nice, but range I also can feel, but I can't feel the damage point really. Like, okay, I mean, I guess don't really care about that. The Liberator change removed. Woohoo! Once again, another point to go to a party today. If you're a Protoss player, because this is absolutely huge. You probably saw my video when I was complaining about Liberators, and actually got changed. Other changes. Hydra dash got a little bit changed. Now it gives a little bit more speed, but it also is point targeted. I'm not quite sure, because it did feel like the Hydra dash ability was a little bit weak and didn't really have a purpose in the game. And also, like, it kind of was falling out so quickly, because you need Hive to take up to it, but then you already have Lurkers, and you have like Overseers in your army, and you have to micro this like army with Lurkers that you have to borrow, you have to micro your Overseers, you have to tap all the time to get to Frenzy. In my opinion, a little bit too hard, and like, you kind of want to dodge storms, I guess, right, with it. So I'm not quite sure if it is really beneficial, but I guess I have to see it in action. Like, unfortunately, I can't do it now, but it will be interesting. Lurker got a little bit nerfed in hit points. I'm not sure where it's coming from. Okay. So I guess this is this is because of the disruptor. Dude, I will never build a disruptor in my entire life. Okay, I will probably build one, but I will significantly reduce my disruptor production in the new patch, so I don't care, like, really, and this is good for me. Of course, this is a nerf. Sight range increased. This is good for Lurkers. I don't mind it. I think it was a bit inconsistent something before. It's fine. I don't care about that. This is definitely good for TOS though, that it got changed like this. Not even because of Disruptor, but mostly because of other units that gonna attack the Lurker. Missile turret salvage change removed. I guess it's nice. I don't think it's a big deal. I never saw big turret clouds that got installed. I guess it's nice. Yeah, Blue Flame change removed because it kind of felt to me a little bit purposeless. But yeah, I don't mind it being removed, and Spine Color change removed. So makes sense, right? Like, they were talking about nerfing the shield, the defensive options, and they actually are following their words, which is good. So I don't mind that. And yeah, I think that's about it. Also, the spine rushes will be a little bit easier to hold. This is also cool, because it's definitely doable, but more annoying than in previous patch, because all the changes combined, right? Battery recharge, the hatchery, the spine change, but now it will be. So I'm happy. Overall, My opinion is that I'm happy with this patch, but I also a little bit afraid in some moments with Protoss being a bit too strong. Am I happy about that? I'm not sure. I might be wrong as well. Like I kind of always feel like Protoss is not as bad as people. So we'll see. I'm very curious to see what you guys gonna write in the section. And bye bye.